Now it's Yemen's turn. Saudi Arabia, the richest petro kingdom, is militarily assaulting the poorest state in the Arab world. And it has Washington's full backing. Riyadh has made it clear it wants his man back in power in Yemen and the surrender of the Houthi.
ISIS opened the door to everyone, anyone to come. The crazies, the gangsters, the guys who were in jail, the drug dealers, the failed rappers. They've opened the door to everyone to come in.
A busy Friday for news. Thanks for joining us on RT International. Anti-drone campaign ads have hit television screens in America with the aim of ending the attacks. The commercials were paid for by none other than U.S. military veterans.
U.S. drones have murdered thousands, including women and children. Drone pilots, please refuse to fly.
That was the least graphic video of the campaign that we could show. The ads will run throughout April in areas that house major Air Force bases. The coordinator of the campaign told us why it's appealing to the conscience of drone operators.
We felt that the President of the United States and the United States Congress are acting morally in this drone war. They show no signs of stopping. They refuse to release any information about it, and so we felt that it comes down to those people who are being ordered to do the killing to put a stop to it. Our purpose is to encourage those people who are doing drone killing to engage their consciences and act on that. Well, the drone is a very unique weapon because the attacks are based on 24-hour surveillance, in many cases going over days, weeks, months at a time. The United States has chosen to say that right to life means nothing and due process means nothing.
And the White House sells the drone strikes to the public as targeted killings of dangerous terrorists with little to no collateral damage.
U.S. counterterrorism operations are precise, they are lawful, and they are effective. Before we take any counterterrorism strike outside areas of active hostilities, there must be near certainty that no civilians will be killed or injured.
So just how precise are these strikes? There have been 5 strikes on the leader of the Islamist Haqqani network in Pakistan. Over 80 people have died, the main target still at large. 7 drone strikes against Taliban leader Baitullah Masood. That resulted in the deaths of 164, though the CIA eventually got him. 2 drones were sent after the current al-Qaeda leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri. He's still alive. 76 children are not. And over the years, RT has spoken to many civilians in Pakistan and Yemen who do live in constant fear of drone attacks.
ما وصلت إلى مسرح الجريمة وكانت يعني رائحة الموت منتشرة في كل مكان والأشلاء متناثرة وممزقة على
نختار أن الله يستنقذهم الله يصيبهم مصيبة. احنا عايش اشتغل أنا نفعل واش عايش نفعل فيهم ما نستنسر ولا نجي الله يستنقذهم الله.
لبون مخلد اللي دي خبل خدای دا مذایل غوراوی چې د دماغ د ډېر کسان را به ګناه ختم شوی.
बच्ची जब भी सहन में आती है तो ड्रोन की आवाज़ सुनती है वो फ़ौरन भाग जाती है एक कमरे की तरफ सोने के लिए वो बाहर नहीं सोती. तो ये सिर्फ मेरी बेटी का हाल नहीं है सारे इलाके में बच्चों की ये खौफ की.
You can find more first-hand accounts of the strikes on our website. Also there this hour, an insurance company in Belgium refuses to renew its policy for a Jewish kindergarten. With the increase of anti-Semitic attacks on Jewish institutions in recent years, the firm decided it was now too risky to cover that school. Full story on our website. While you're there, this one as well, robots who can imitate anyone their owner wants could actually become a reality much sooner than later. Google's new project via RT.com.
Right from the scene. First-rate news and eye-gripping pictures. On our reporters' Twitter and Instagram. To be in the know, follow us online.
Russia has been accused of suppressing a Tatar TV channel in Crimea by refusing it a license. But others have suggested bureaucratic mistakes may have actually been made on purpose to fuel condemnation and confrontation. So RT's Anisa Nawi has a look into the issue in the latest edition of In the Now.
The EU has condemned the shutdown of a Crimean Tatar TV station. In a statement, it called the closure a blatant violation of the right to freedom of expression and part of a wider pattern of persecution and the intimidation of the Crimean Tatar community. Well, the TV station broadcasts partly in the Tatar language and was set up in 2006. It was shut after proper paperwork was not submitted. Crimean authorities think this was done on purpose to fan a political storm. Well, the Tatars are Crimea's indigenous people who now make just over 10% of the population. What strikes me the most here is the European Union condemning the closure of this channel while turning a blind eye on Kiev-led censorship. 15 Russian TV channels were shut down in Ukraine, while Russian journalists there have been attacked and mistreated. Joining me in the Now is independent scholar Nina Kumprianova, who's following developments in Ukraine closely. And Nina, why would a TV channel intentionally botch their documents?
Thanks for having me, Anisa. First, I have to say that there is a large Tatar minority in Russia that's been part of it for centuries. So this focus on Crimean Tatars specifically seems to me like an attempt to create and exploit ethnic tensions in the peninsula by the official West, who doesn't seem to have much concern over the fate of ethnic Russians in the Donbass, for instance.
Houthi rebel forces in Yemen are reportedly on the verge of completely overrunning the port city of Aden. It's the last major stronghold for supporters of the country's ousted government. The rebel advance continues despite ongoing Saudi-led airstrikes. Now, Yemeni officials have been asking their allies to start a ground war against the Houthis. So far, there's been no agreement on putting any foreign boots on the ground, although Saudi Arabia has already deployed a significant military force right to its border with Yemen. And one political analyst based in Yemen's capital says civilians are actually less afraid of the rebels, but far more afraid of the airstrikes.
There is a sense of helplessness because with the coalition sealing off the airports, sealing off the seaports, and continuous bombardment, we feel like we've been boxed in, basically, with no way out. The airstrikes are still ongoing right now. Because of a sandstorm in the city, we can't see where the airstrikes are hitting. So we're only hearing the sounds of the bombardments. Usually we are able to see from our rooftops what exactly the KSA-led coalition is striking or hitting in the capital. Tonight we can't see that, so it's a little bit scary.
In the meantime, scores of Yemeni civilians are fleeing from flashpoint cities to escape ground battles and Saudi-led airstrikes. And many foreign citizens are being evacuated from the country. In fact, 2 Russian jets have brought almost 300 people from the Yemeni capital right here to Moscow. The planes carried Russian diplomatic staff and various workers, as well as a number of other foreign nationals. To Kenya now, where the death toll in a massacre of university students by radical Islamist gunmen has risen to 147. The attackers, who were later shot dead by police, belong to an Al-Qaeda-linked Somalian terror group. Survivors of the mass murder say the gunmen targeted Christian students but did not shoot the Muslims. It's the latest cross-border attack in Kenya, leading the government to plan the construction of a barrier to shield the country from Somalia. Now to